I work in the child care industry, and every day I look at these children and know that their futures are in trouble. And Ron Paul, I honestly feel in my heart and my soul, from making my own mind up and not watching the media where they've cut it and chopped it. And I mean, I've looked at some of the debates, and when they go on Ron Paul, the lighting's dimmer. Sometimes they don't even allow him to talk. They don't even get him into the conversations. It's just hideous how the media has been handling this entire thing. Ron Paul is for the people. He is for our rights. He is for our freedom. I think that if we continue the way we are and vote for anybody else, I don't think half the people realize how many freedoms we have lost already and how many more we're going to lose. Ron Paul is for the people, and I really honestly believe that he will get something done. He will bring this country back to where it belongs, and vote for Ron Paul. And I also have to say about the government, my son was also in there doing the vaccinations. They were inoculating him with stuff. They wouldn't even tell him what it was. Having to fill out forms twice a week saying what he felt like, using them as guinea pigs and not even telling him or even giving them an option to opt out. Something has to be done with our government and the way they're using our own men as guinea pigs. They have to stop.
Gentleman back and Nathan down here. And then in the back over there.
I think we all know where Ron Paul stands on the fiscal policy, on foreign policy, on the federal government. What I'd like to say is that when I think of the United States, I don't think of George Bush. I don't think of Barack Obama. And when I ask my friends overseas, what do they think of when I say United States? That's what they say, Barack Obama, George Bush. When I think of the United States, I think of Idaho, I think of Florida, I think of Arizona, and I think if you want a man who's a proponent for states' rights, and if you think Nevada should be ruled by Nevadans, that's Ron Paul. I don't think that somebody in Washington, D.C. should be telling people from Arizona if their laws are right or wrong. I don't think that lawyers from New York should be telling somebody in another state what they should be voting for. I think if you want Nevada to make its own laws and stand by them and not have the federal government bring it down, I think that's Ron Paul.
Hi, my name is Bill. We've heard about Speaker Gingrich being a student of history. I think if we all were a student of history, we would realize that we are very, very quickly heading down the same road as the Roman Empire did. And I don't want to go down that road. I am sick of government spending, regulation, taxation, and really, really nonsense to support a few people. And so that's why I'm supporting Ron Paul. Thank you.
The lady back up here, Nathan. Okay, somebody get her microphone. She's been waiting a bit, and then him. And again, I want to emphasize, if you have something that is basically said before, please pass.
Hi, my name is Adva Klein. I want to say, first of all, the Republican Party is the party of the Republic. It's the party of the people, and it's for the people, and it's the party that supports the Constitution 1,000%, unlike the people we have right now in government that need to get out of government. And that's first and foremost. If we could vote for people that would serve in different positions in government, I think that would be great. If we could pick the jobs that they would fill in the cabinet, I would vote for Ron Paul today to do our budget for us and get us out of this financial mess that we're in. But I don't think that Ron Paul is the guy to lead the whole country. He's the guy to lead us out of financial mess. He's not the guy to lead us out of the whole mess.
This gentleman gentleman here, please, nope, you need to speak from where you're at, please.
Okay. I thank you for allowing me to address you today. I want to bring up a couple brief points that I'm surprised have not yet already been addressed. First of all, I want to say that, Ron Paul is truly the #1 friend of Israel and true Israeli independence. And, the proof is in the pudding. In the early 1980s, when Israel decided to bomb the Iraqi nuclear facilities, you may remember that, the United States Congress voted to condemn that action. Almost unanimously. There was one lone no vote, and that was Dr. Ron Paul. And not only did Dr. Paul vote against it, he stood on the floor of the House at that time. He stood on the floor, and he told the Congress that what they were doing was a shame, that what they were doing, condemning to violate that action of Israeli independence and Israeli sovereignty was a shame, and that they should be ashamed of themselves for following a UN condemnation. Ron Paul is the #1 consistent vote against the UN and the ever-increasing role that international bodies are taking in our sovereignty as well as Israeli sovereignty. And I also want to address one point which I'm very surprised has not been given on the floor here tonight. That is, Ron Paul is the only candidate with a plan. It's a plan to cut $1 trillion from the federal budget the first year. It would balance the budget by the third year, and it would fix our fiscal mess. The plan does all that without cutting a penny from seniors, or a penny from veterans, or a penny from legitimate national defense of this country, not a nation building, not acting as the world's policeman, not spending over $800 million a day in Afghanistan to defend the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan, while we let our border stay as porous as Swiss cheese. Ron Paul is truly a man of integrity and consistency and honesty. He has a record unparalleled in government in perhaps a century, and that record, a record which he can fully embrace the entire election cycle, unlike any of these other candidates.
Away from this special caucus in Las Vegas, Newt Gingrich getting... I'm committed to... Let's take a... There, stay with us. Our special coverage continues in a moment.
Right? Here with TV ads and with mailers.
Brianna, can I jump in just 1 second? We're going to get back to you. We just want to go to Clark County where they're counting the late votes in this late caucus. Let's listen and we'll get back to Brianna.
Mitt Romney. Newt Gingrich. Ron Paul. Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney. Newt Gingrich. Ron Paul. Ron Paul. Mitt Romney. Ron Paul. Ron Paul. Ron Paul. Ron Paul. Newt Gingrich. Ron Paul.